Janmashtami, I thought I will take some shlokas from Shreemad Bhagwat, where the birth of Sri Krishna is described. The reason I want to take this is so many of you who have come to me are Devi Bhaktas, and this special occasion of Janmashtami is not only Krishna's birthday, but it is Devi's birthday also. So both brother and sister were born together. But the world only celebrates the brother's birthday with such grand celebrations. And the sister, only very few people are celebrating. So I wanted to take out those shlokas from Shrimad Bhagvat, where what happened during the birth of Sri Krishna. So today I'm not taking Bhagavad Gita. Tomorrow we will do it. So what happened in that birth, I'm going to talk about that, those shlokas. So this is Shrimad Bhagavad Mahapuran, Canto 10, and chapter number 2. The demigods have prayed for Lord Krishna in the womb. What had happened that on earth there were so many evil people. It was ruled by all evil people. Kamsa was there, and then Jarasandha was there, and there are so many other irreligious people were there. So the earth had become a very troublesome place because of them. So I'm going to read the chapter 2, prayers by demigods. Shri Shuka Vacha Pralamba Bakachanura Trinavarta Mahasanai Mushtikarishta Dvivida Putna Keshi Dhenukai Anneshasura Bhupalair Bana Bhaumadi Biryuta Yadunam Kadanam Chakre Bali Magada Samshaya. Shukdev Goswami said, under the protection of Magadharaj, Jarasandha, the powerful Kamsa began persecuting the kings of Yadu dynasty. He had the cooperation of Pralambasur, Bakasur, Chanur, Trinavarta, Aghasura, Mushtika, Arishtasur, Dvivida, Putana, Keshi, Dhenukasur, Banasur, Narkasur, and many other demoniac kings on the surface of the earth. Persecuted by the demoniac king, the Yadavas left their own kingdom and entered into various others, like those of the Kurus, the Panchalas, Kekayas, Shalvas, Vidarbhas. Different places they went. Some of the relatives, however, began to follow Kamsa's principles and acted in his service. After Kamsa, the son of Ugrasen killed the 6 sons of Devki. A plenary portion of Krishna entered her womb as the 7th child, arousing her pleasure and her lamentation. That plenary portion is celebrated by great sages as Ananta, who belongs to Krishna's quadruple expansion. So Devaki and Vasudev, they were put into jail by Devaki's brother Kamsa, who was demoniac. The reason they were put into jail is because there was a celestial voice which said that Devaki's 8th child will kill Kansa. So Kansa had put his own sister Devaki inside the jail, and she gave birth to 6th child, but Kamsa was so scared he had killed the previous 6. And the 7th one that entered was Balram. Balram is the plenary expansion of Bhagwan Krishna. He is known as Sheshanag. Bhagwan api Vishwatma Viditva Kansajam Bhayam Yadunam Nijanathanam Yogamayam Samadhishata. To protect the Yadus, his personal devotees, from Kamsa's attack, the personality of Godhead, Vishwatma, the supreme soul of everyone, ordered Yogamaya as follows. So Bhagwan orders Yogamaya, his sister. Yogmaya is called as Devi. Yogmaya is known in the world as Tripura. Yogmaya in our world is known as Kali. We are going to see all the names, what Bhagwan is going to give the names, okay? So he called Yogmaya. Before all the Leela happens, before all these pastimes, Krishna's birth and all the pastimes are happening, everything is being decided, how things will go. So the strategy is being discussed. Krishna saw everybody is being troubled. 6 sons are killed. These 6 sons also had a history. Then Balrama was sent into Devki's womb, because Krishna cannot do anything without Balram. They both will go together. In Rama's incarnation, they were Rama Lakshmana, now they are Krishna Balrama. So Balram was sent, but Balram had to be protected, because if he comes out, then Kamsa will kill Balram also. So he called Yogmaya. Krishna called Yogmaya. This is all happening in Goloka Vrindavan before his incarnation. He called Yogmaya and he said, Gaccha Devi Vrajam Bhadre Gopa Bhira Lankritam Rohini Vasudevasya Bharyaste Nanda Gokule Anyascha Kansa Vigna Vivareshu Visantiha. The Lord ordered Yogmaya, O my potency, who are worshipable for the entire world and whose nature is to bestow good fortune upon living beings. Bhagwan is praising her own sister, whom all these so-called modern day Krishna preachers called as demigods, and they degrade her position. No, Bhagwan is calling her sister Yogamaya, and how he's saying, you are Bhadra, so you are worshipable for entire world, and your nature is to bestow good fortune upon all living entities. Oh, my dear sister Yogamaya, go to Vraja, where there live many cowherd men and their wives. In that very beautiful land where many cows reside, Rohini, who is the wife of Vasudev, is living at the home of Nanda Maharaj. Other wives of Vasudev are also living there incognito because of the fear of Kamsa. So, oh my sister, go to Vraja. And in Vraja, you're going to go to Nanda's house. There Rohini is there. But before that, Devakya Jathare Garbham Sheshakhyam Dhama Mamakam Tat Sanriksha Rohinya Udare Sanniveshaya. So, Sheshnag incarnation is in the womb of Devki. Devki is in the jail in Mathura. Rohini is at Nanda Baba's place, different place. So the baby has to be transferred from there to and put it into Rohini's womb. It seems very, when we read it, it seems very, what is this? What are we talking about? But in today's world, we have come very close to this technology. Surrogacy. Somebody else's baby is being brought up in somebody else's womb. Surrogate mother. So even though Vasudev and Devki's son was Balram, but he was transferred from there to Rohini's womb, and Rohini is living at Nanda's place for safety from Kansa. Okay. So this work was done by Yogmaya. And then Bhagwan says, Atham ancha bhagena devakya putratam shubhe prapasyami tvam yashodayam nandapatnayam bhavishyasi. O all auspicious Yogmaya, I shall then appear with my full 6 opulences as the son of Devaki, and you will appear as the daughter of Mother Yashoda, the queen of Maharaj Nanda. So now Bhagwan made an arrangement. So after doing all this transfer here and there, I am going to get into the Devki's womb. And you, my sister, you will be born at Nanda's place. So understand, those who are from India understand this, but those who are not from India, there are 2 sets of parents now. Devaki and Vasudev are in the jail in Mathura. Okay. And Nanda and Rohini, they are different place. Rohini is the wife of, again, Vasudev only, but she is living at Nanda's place. Nanda's wife is Yashoda. So Nanda Yashoda are one couple. Devaki, Vasudev are one couple. Rohini is one of the wife of this Vasudev, but she has been transferred over there for safety. So she is living under the protection of Nanda. Okay. So to Rohini, Balram is born, and Balram Shashti, we had Balram Shashti 15 days before Krishnashtami. So he was born on a Shashti. So there is definitely a year difference, because I think someone was questioning me. When this transfer was happening, after that, there's a situation that they've described that Devki lost all her vigor, all her, and then after some time, Krishna has gone into her womb. So there was some time, but Balram is the older one. How much time has not been given? What is the difference of age between both Balram and Krishna has not been clearly given anywhere. So, but we assume it like that. All right. So here, now Bhagwan says, after all this is done, I will be incarnating. I will go into Devaki and Vasudev's womb, and you will be born at Nanda Yashoda's home. And then Bhagwan says to her, Archishyanti manushyastvam sarvakameshwareeshwarim dhupopahar balibihi sarvakama vrat pradam. He says, oh my sister Yogmaya, you will be born there. You will be doing my work. You will be worshipped by people. Archayantis manushyastvam. The people will worship you. Sarvakama Vareshwarim. You are Vareshwari. You are the one who will fulfill the desires of all your devotees. And how will they worship you? Dhupopahara balibihi. They will give you dhupa, means incense, lamp. These are the way we worshipable objects. Incense, lamp, and many, many offerings. They will give it to you. And by that, you are the one, you will be pleased and you will be fulfilling their desires. And then people will be worshipping you at different places and they will keep different names for you. What are the names? Bhagwan says now. Namadheyani kurvanti sthananai cha narabhuvi durgeti bhadrakaliti vijaya vaishnaviti cha kumuda chandika krishna Madhavi Kanyaketi cha Maya Narayani Ishani Shardeti Ambiketi cha. So Bhagwan Krishna has told his sister to take birth at the same time when he's going to take birth. Both are going to be, he's going to be born in jail. She's going to be born in Nanda Yashoda's house. And Bhagwan himself has given her many names. He's like, people will be worshipping you on earth, and you will be fulfilling with their desires, and they will call you with different names. What are the names? Durgeti, Durga, Bhadrakaliti, Bhadrakali, Vijaya, Vaishnavi, Kumuda, Chandika, Krishna, Madhavi, Kanya, Maya, Narayani, Ishani, Sharada eti Ambikai iti cha. So all these names, all the Devi Upasakas, worshippers of Devi, we worship Devi by all these names. All these names are the name of Yogamaya. Yogamaya is the sister of Krishna. Both were born at the same time. People only celebrate Krishna's birthday because that has become popular because of the preaching. People have forgotten. But she is also born at the same time. So us Devi worshippers, when we were growing up, we were celebrating Krishna's birthday also. And at the same time, we were celebrating Kali's birthday also. It is also known as Kalashtami. If it is known as Krishnashtami, has both the name. Krishna and Krishna. Krishna means the brother. Krishna means the sister. Krishnashtami has both the names. Kalashtami. Krishna means dark. She is also dark. So Kala, Kali, they both were born together. Because of so much of preaching, one is being worshipped and the other one is like taken the back seat. But we should know that Bhagwan himself, how much he loves his sister, how much nicely he has given the name, how much he respects his sister, and how he is telling, you will go there, you will be worshipped by people, people will be offering you so many things, and you will be pleased on them, and I want you to go to fulfill their desires. So this Shreemad Bhagavad Purana, I took the Shreemad Bhagavad Mahapuran, which is the most respected scripture in the Vaishnava community. So those same Vaishnava community, I want to tell, if you worship Krishna, Krishna's sister is also worshipable. Do not degrade her by saying she's demigod. By worshipping her, you will go to somewhere low places. Don't. You don't know. You have not understood. You have not understood Shrimad Bhagavad. Do not become like Daksha. Do not become like Daksha. Do not undervalue. Bhagwan herself is telling. Bhagwan himself is telling to her, you are Vaishnavi. What does Vaishnavi means? Vishnu's Shakti is Vaishnavi. All the Vaishnavas, sometimes they'll put, oh, she is Maya, she is Maya, she is Maya. She is Yogamaya. Yogamaya means she's always with Vishnu. She has made this world an illusory place. Maya means the illusion. She has created this game of illusion so that Krishna is hidden. She was required. Without her illusion, Krishna cannot be hidden. Kans would have immediately killed him. She is the one creating the illusion and protecting him everywhere. Everywhere. She herself has come as Subhadra. Because she said, I won't leave my brother. And even in the war, she was invoked before the war. In Mahabharata, you read. She was invoked before the Kurukshetra war. So wherever there is Krishna, his other expansion, one of the expansion is this Devi Shakti, who incarnated as sister, but that is his Shakti. And she also comes as another way. His Ladini Shakti, the same name, it is given to Durga also. She herself becomes Radha. So many ways she is expanding herself to be with Krishna. Okay, so here Bhagwan has given the names and we take those names respectfully. We do not say this one is higher, this one is lower. We do not say both took birth together and both need to be given the due respects. I will read the purport of all this because Prabhupada has written in Prabhupada's book. Because Lord Krishna blessed Maa Devi by saying, in different places on the surface of the earth, people will worship you, giving different names such as Durga, Bhadrakali, Vijaya, Vaishnavi, Kumuda, Chandika, Krishna, Madhavi, Kanyaka, Maya, Narayani, Ishani, Sharda, and Ambika. Because Krishna and his energy appeared simultaneously, people have generally formed two groups, Shaktas and the Vaishnavas, and sometimes there is a rivalry between them. Especially those who are interested in material enjoyment are Shaktas. Now this purport that they have written is not right. For Devi, yes, it is said, she will fulfill all desires. At the same time, she also gives you liberation. So not only people who are with material enjoyments are worshipping Devi, people who want liberation also, they can also worship Devi, and Devi gives liberation. So certain things are not written, projected rightly. This is what I want to open up the eyes. Speak like how God has given the respect. Speak like that. Do not misconstrue the facts. Okay. So, and in the shloka, whatever is written, I'm giving you that. There are Shuddha Shaktas and there are pure Bhaktas too. A Vaishnava prays to the energy of the Lord for the opportunity to serve the Lord and his spiritual energy. And therefore, Vaishnavas worship all deities such as Radha Krishna. Who is Radha? Ladini Shakti. Sita Rama. Who is Sita? Shri. Radha is Shri. We call Shriji. Radha, Sita. She is worshipped as Lakshmi Narayana. Who is Lakshmi? Shri. She is worshipped as Rukmani Dwarkadish. Rukmani is the expansion of Lakshmi. And all this Shri that you call Shri, There is one more meaning for Shri, and she is known as Shri Tripura. Tripura, the main Shakti. We read Devi Bhagavatam, we read Tripura Rasya, and we come out to the conclusion. Who is this Yogamaya that is being mentioned in the last written book of Vedavyas, which we take it as the ultimate? Who is this Shri that he is mentioning? Has she been mentioned anywhere else? Yes, she was mentioned. She has been mentioned in Devi Bhagwat. She is mentioned in Tripura Rahasya. Her name is Tripura. She divides herself into 3 Shaktis. One of the Shaktis is Gauri, Lakshmi, and Kali, and Sharda. Bhagwan has taken those names here. You are Kali, you are Sharda. You are Lakshmi. Bhagwan has taken those names. So we see that main Shakti, Shri also means that Tripura. Shri also means that Yogmaya. That Tripura, that Yogmaya is in Vrindavan in the form of Katyayani. Where do you know? How do you know the story about Katyayani? It comes. It comes in Tripura Rasya. And who has spoken that? About Lalita Tripura Sundari or Katyayani? Who has spoken? Katyayan Rishi. One of the most popular rishis of Vrindavan. Who has spoken about Tripura? Haigriv, who is the incarnation of Vishnu. Dattatreya, incarnation of Vishnu. They are speaking with so much respect about Shri, about Yogmaya. And this new so-called modern day world preachers. The worst part was, our Gita goes to foreign countries, Western countries. Westerners learn it with such respect. Whatever they have learned, they are giving it. Whatever they could learn. It is very difficult to understand the culture of India, the tradition of India, the belief system of India. Very, very difficult. You have to be born there to understand it fully. Same way with us. If somebody tells me go and understand about Greek culture, I won't. Somebody tells me go and understand a Mexican culture, I won't. I can only learn a little bit. And if I learn something, I will give it. So Westerners have learned it. They learned our Gita. They learned our Bhagavad in their own perspective. Then they become preachers of our own culture. And us Indians, we don't open our books. Whatever these foreign minds have understood about ourselves, they give us a fusion knowledge, fully like a different thing, something. And we think this is the right knowledge. And we ourselves start saying, oh, our Devi is our Shiva. We get the seeds of doubt in our head. Oh, we should not be worshipping Shiva. We should not be worshipping Devi. No, that is not how Bhagwan Krishna said. That is not how Vyasdev said. You are smart enough. You can learn Hindi. You can learn Sanskrit. You can read the Hindi purports. Do not get carried away by Western minds preaching Indian culture, Indian scriptures, Indian traditions. They cannot explain it the way you understand it. It's in your blood. This Devtas, Shiva, Lakshmi, Durga, this is in your blood. You have grown up seeing them. You were taught all these things. Do not discard them thinking, oh, only Krishna is the supreme and everybody else is not good. That wrong kind of preaching. I was very surprised at, during Ganesh Utsav. Somebody made a picture, where Ganeshji is just bowing down to Krishna and touching Krishna's feet. He might be bowing also, I don't say. We do that in our culture, it is very common. In our culture, it's very common. Shiva and Krishna are friends. Always. So friend giving due respect to another friend does not make one friend bigger than the other lower. If Ganesha is Shiva's son, and if Vishnu and Shiva are friend, Ganesha can give due respects to Krishna. But that doesn't make Ganesha lower. The way a derogatory preaching happens, making putting them all in demigod category and putting them down. Who is doing this? Western minds who do not understand our culture. They understood some, they are giving us that. And we take them as gurus and we learn wrong things. Please do not do that. Understand, become, you understand your language. Be proud of the spiritual heritage that has been given to us by our rishis. The true knowledge has to come out. So we celebrate Janmashtami, we celebrate Krishnashtami, we celebrate Krishna's birth, we celebrate his sister's birth also, with the same due respect. There are pure bhaktas, there are pure Shakta bhaktas. There is no difference. If this is Vaishnav, this is Vaishnavi. If this is Vaishnav Sampradaya, then this is Vaishnavi Sampradaya. This is called as Shri Sampradaya. That also people misconstrued. This is Shri Sampradaya. Worship of Devi. Shri means Devi. Got it? So, in the purport, Bhagwan named all these 8 Devis. Where are these 8 Devis? The purport has mentioned those places. I'm going to take those places. The names by which Maya Devi is known in different places have been listed by Vallabhacharya. In Varanasi, she is known as Durga. In Avanti, Ujjain, she is known as Bhadrakali. The name is Bhadrakali. So sometimes you think, oh my God, people misunderstand this name also, and so many paragraphs written about Bhadrakali. She's terrible. She's inauspicious. No. She's Bhadra. You know what Bhadra means? Bhadra means the most auspicious. Subhadra, you've heard, right? Subhadra. Subhadra is Krishna's sister. The most auspicious means Subhadra. So Kali's name is Bhadrakali. Bhadra. Bhadra means auspicious. Kali means she's dark looking. So she's blue colored, most auspicious. She is Bhadrakali. So do not publicize it in a different way, in a derogatory manner. She's terrible, she's this, she's that. No, if one is Subhadra, then the same Subhadra is Bhadrakali. She can be terrible to protect you, to protect everybody. She can take any forms. So here in Varanasi, she is known as Durga. In Ujjain, Avantika, she is known as Bhadrakali. In Orissa, she is known as Vijaya. People worship Jagannath Ji. They go, oh, Jagannath Ji, Subhadra, Baldev, Jayo, Jayo, Jayo. All the 3 brothers and sisters are standing together. In the same compound, temple compound, there is Vimala. Yogamaya. So she is sitting there too. How much will you close your eyes from the Devi and call her demigod and not worship her? Everywhere she is there. You are choosing to close your eyes and disrespect her when her own brother does not do it. So here, she is in Odisha, she is known as Vijaya. And then in Kolhapur, in Maharashtra, she is known as Lakshmi, Mahalakshmi or Vaishnavi. Vaishnavi or Mahalakshmi. And also in Bombay, Mumbai Devi, she is the one. In Kamrup, which comes Kamakhya, Assam, northeast, she is there as Chandika. In northern India, towards Himachal side, she is known as Sharada. And in Cape Comorin, that is Kanyakumari, the tip of the southern tip, okay, of India, where Lord Rama went and built the bridge to cross Sri Lanka, to cross over to Lanka. That place, the last place. There, the same goddess is known as Kanyakumari. So she is present everywhere. Bhagwan goes and makes that setu. She has to be there. No. How is it possible that she won't be there? So she is distributed according to various names in various places. Srila Vijayadhwaj Tirthapad in his Padma Ratnavali says the meanings of these representations. Maya is known as Durga. Why? Because she is approached with great difficulty. As Bhadra, she is the most auspicious. And as Kali, she is deep blue. Same color as Krishna's. Because she is the most powerful energy, she is known as Vijaya. Because she is one of the different energies of Vishnu, she is known as Vaishnavi. Today we were reading, today in Hindi class, I finished the 18th chapter and the last shloka. In there, it is the blessings has been given that wherever there is Lord Krishna, wherever there is Arjuna, there Shri, Vijay, Bhuti, and Niti. These four things will always be there. And Shri means opulence. And that Shri also means Lakshmi. That Shri also means Devi, as I'm telling you. And the next word was Vijay. Vijay means winning, winning, victory. And Devi's name here is been given as Vijaya. How do you think anybody is getting the victory there in the war where Krishna is there? It is because of Vijaya. So Vijaya. All these things are given. Bhuti. Power. From where is the power coming? Chandika, Mother Kali. She is the one who gives the power. She is powerful energy. Then Niti is also there. So here, the meanings are given now. Because she is the most powerful energy, she is known as Vijaya. Because she is one of the different energies of Vishnu, she is known as Vaishnavi. And because she knows in this material world and gives facilities for material enjoyment, she is known as Kumuda. Because she is very severe to her enemies, the Asuras, she is known as Chandika. And because she gives all sorts of material facilities, she is called as Krishna. So Krishna and Krishna. So that's how when Sri Krishna came, she also came. When she comes, she will come in different forms and she is going to give you all these different things, all the material opulences. Krishna has told you are going to give everything. Victory, she's going to give. Power, she's going to give. Everything, whatever you desire, will be given. Because why? If you worship Krishna, she is also there. All right. Garbha sankarshanatvatam vai prabhu sankarshanam bhuvi kameti loka ramanat balabhadram balochrati. And then he says, okay, so do this work. Take Sheshnag from Devki's womb, put him into Rohini's womb, and he will be getting different names. What are the names? The son of Rohini will also be celebrated as Sankarshana because of being sent from the womb of Devki to the womb of Rohini. He will be called Rama because of his ability to please all the inhabitants of Goloka, and he will be known as Balabhadra because of his extensive physical strength. And when we take the mantra, Mahamantra, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, in that mantra, Rama is indicative of both Balarama and Lord Rama. Okay? All right. Thus instructed by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Yogamaya immediately agreed with the Vedic mantra Om. She confirmed that she would do what he asked. Thus, having accepted the order of Supreme Personality of Godhead, she circumambulated him and started for the place on the earth known as Nanda Gokula. She did everything as she has just been told. Okay. Garbhe pranite devakyam rohinim yoga nidraya aho vistransito garbha iti pauruchikrusha. When the child of Devki was attracted and transferred into the womb of Rohini by Yogmaya, Devki seemed to have a miscarriage. So people thinking, oh, she's having a miscarriage. Thus all the inhabitants of the palace loudly lamented, alas, Devki has lost her child. Thus the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is super soul of all living entities and who vanquishes all the fear of his devotees, entered the mind of Vasudev in full opulence. While carrying the form of Supreme Personality of Godhead within the core of his heart, the Father Vasudev bore the Lord transcendently illuminating effulgence, and thus he became as bright as the sun. He was therefore very difficult to see or approach through sensory perception. Indeed, he was unapproachable and unperceivable even for such formidable men as Kamsa, and not only for Kamsa, but for all living entities. Father was very effulgent. And thereafter, accompanied by the plenary expansions, the fully opulent Supreme Lord, who is all auspicious for the entire universe, was transferred from the mind. That energy was transferred from the mind. Here it is written, Kashtha yatha nandakaram manastaha. From the mind, that opulent and the Bhagwan's energy was transferred into Devaki. Devaki kept this energy within herself, and she was under house arrest in Kamsa's palace. She also started looking very bright. She was like the flames of fire covered by the walls of a pot, or like a person who has knowledge but cannot distribute it to the world for the benefit of human society. Because the Supreme Personality of Godhead was within her womb, Devaki illuminated the entire atmosphere in the place where she was confined. Seeing her jubilant, pure and smiling, Kamsa thought, the Supreme Bhagwan Vishnu, who is now within her, will kill me. Devaki has never looked so brilliant and beautiful. Kamsa thought, what is my duty now? The Supreme Lord, who knows his purpose, will not give up his promise. Devaki is a woman. She is my sister, and moreover, she is now pregnant. If I kill her, my reputation, opulence, and duration of life will certainly be vanquished. A person who is very cruel is regarded as dead, even while living. For while he is living or after his death, everyone condemns him. And after the death of a person in a bodily concept of life, he is undoubtedly transferred to the hell as Andhatma. Shukadeva Goswami said, Kamsa, although determined to continue his enmity towards Bhagwan, refrained from the vicious killing of his sister, and he decided to wait until the Lord was born and then do what was needed. But what was Kamsa's situation? Asina sam visham stisthan bhunjana paryatan mahim chintayano rishi kesham apashyat tanmayam jagat. Kamsa, he's looking at Devki. She's looking so beautiful. Day by day, her effulgence is growing, and he knows that Bhagwan is there in her womb, but he does not kill with Devki, because he's like, if I kill Devki, it will be really very degrading. I can't kill her. Let that baby come out, then I'll deal with it. But he's so worried all the time. He says, Shukadevji says, while sitting on his throne, he's thinking of Krishna. While lying on his bed, he's thinking of Krishna. Indeed, while situated anywhere, while eating, sleeping, walking, Kamsa saw only his enemy, the Supreme Lord Rishikesha. In other words, by thinking of his all-pervading enemy, Kamsa became unfavorably Krishna conscious. So he's only, Bhagwan says, at the time of death, if somebody remembers me, they will be liberated. Kamsa's situation has become like that while living. He hated. But in hatred, he's thinking of him. They say in the world, right? There's a saying. If you love me, I'll be in your heart. If you hate me, I'll stay in your mind. So this is what Kamsa's situation is. Staying. All the time Krishna is in his mind. He cannot think of anything else. That acted as blessing. However you take Krishna's name, that is blessing. So this is happening on him. Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva, accompanied by the great sage like Narad, Deval, and Vyasa, and other devatas, Indra, Chandra, Varuna, they all entered into the room of Devaki in the prison. They all joined their hands, and then Brahmaji started saying his prayer. It's a very famous prayer. This little long prayer, I'm going to only sing some shlokas, because Bhagwan's birth is going to happen, and Brahmaji comes and describes Bhagwan in these prayers. Satyavratam satyaparam trisatyam satyasya yonim nihitam cha satye satyasya satyamrita satyanetram satyatmakam tvam sharanam prapanna. Brahmaji says, Oh my Lord, You are Satyavratam. You never deviate from your vow. Satyaparam. You are always perfect because whatever you decide is perfectly correct and cannot be stopped by anyone. Being present in the three phases of cosmic manifestations, creation, maintenance, and annihilation, you are the supreme truth. Indeed, unless one is completely truthful, one cannot achieve your favor, which therefore cannot be achieved by hypocrites. So, Bhagwan is Satyavratam. And Brahmaji says, somebody can only get your favor if that person is also Satyavrat. Satyavrat means being truthful. Being truthful to Bhagwan, being truthful to gurus, being truthful to saints, being truthful to yourself. Always truthful to yourself. I always teach this. Your inner voice, God stays in your heart. Bhagwan is given in Gita. I live in everybody. I'm seated in everybody's heart. If we lie, our heart tells us, our inner voice tells us. So we have to be truthful. Truthful to our inner voice, to ourselves. If someone is truthful, very easy to find God. Bhagwan cannot be found by external means. No matter how much you do chanting, no matter how good you are at meditating, no matter how good you are at pranayam, dhyana, yoga, whatever it is. But if you are not truthful to yourself, Bhagwan will be escaping. You can't be truthful to yourself. So here Brahmaji says, indeed, unless one is completely truthful, one cannot achieve your favor, which therefore cannot be achieved by hypocrites. You are the active principle, the real truth in all the ingredients of creation, and therefore you are known as Antaryami. Bhagwan is Antaryami, means the one who resides in the heart, in everyone's heart. The inner force. You are equal to everyone. And your instructions apply for everyone, for all time. You are the beginning of the truth. Therefore, offering our obeisances, we surrender unto you. Kindly give us protection. Brahmaji goes on saying, Ekayano dvifalas trimulas chaturasa panchavidha shadatma saptatvak ashtavitapo navaksho dasha chadidvi khagohyadi vrikshaha. Then he goes on explaining the body. Whatever he's explaining in the body, exactly same thing. Those who are learning from me, Supra Rahasya and Bhavana Upanishad, Sri Yantra. Bhavana Upanishad, I said, what is the Sri Yantra? This body. Same thing. Whatever is explained there is now being spoken by Brahmaji in this shloka. He has brought everything into constituents. The Gyan, the knowledge. Brahmaji is the father of knowledge, right? Father of Vedas. And Vedas in essence is same everywhere. You read any Upanishad. Bhagavad Upanishad is one of the Upanishad. But what is it? It is a part of Atharva Veda. Atharva Veda, who gave it? Brahmaji. Brahmaji knows. And he can give everything in the seed form. All the knowledge. The whole essence of Shreemad Bhagavatam, which we read, 12 cantos, it's given in only 4 shlokas, Chatushloki, given by Bhagwan to Brahmaji. It starts from there. Bhagwan gives only 4 shlokas. In that 4 shloka was first given to Brahmaji, and then from that 4 shlokas, Brahmaji gave the entire Vedas and started the creation. Same way here, Brahmaji is giving this shloka. I am pointing this shloka because some of you are learning about Maa from me. And I'm trying to bring the similarities. You have learned the Gita now. So these things will be very easy for you to understand, at least somewhat. But you have to contemplate, understand. Bhavanopanishad or Sri Yantra, whatever I have taught, contemplation is a must. Without contemplation, it does not settle. The body, the total body and the individual body are the same composition. Total body, the Brahmand and the individual body are of the same composition. And this may figuratively be called as the original tree. We read in Gita, chapter number 15, first sloka onwards. From this tree, which fully depends on the ground of material nature, comes 2 kinds of fruit. The fruit of enjoyment of happiness and the suffering of distress. The cause of the tree, forming its three roots, is the association with the three modes of material nature. Now you have understood Gita, chapter 14, chapter 16. Bhagavan has only spoken about these things. What are the three modes? Goodness, passion, and ignorance. The fruits of bodily happiness have four tastes. So we have two fruits of this material tree, and the taste, there are four tastes: religiosity, economic development, sense gratification, and liberation. How are these experienced? These are experienced by the five senses for acquiring knowledge in the midst of six circumstances: lamentation, illusion, old age, death, hunger, and thirst. The seven layers, Saptadhatu, the seven layers of bark covering the tree are skin, blood, muscle, fat, bone marrow, semen, and the 8 branches of the tree are the 5 gross and the 3 subtle elements: earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, and false ego. Bhagavan taught all this, Ashtadha Prakriti, Trigunatmika Prakriti, all this Bhagavan have taught. The tree of the body, the tree of the body has 9 hollows. Navrandra. Right? Navrandra. This whole body is a puri of 9 holes. There's a song in Hindi movies, Rang Mahal ke 9 darwaze. This is what the Rang Mahal is, and the 9 darwaze. Saiya nikas gayo, something like that. I don't remember the lyrics. Rang Mahal ke 9 darwaze, Saiya nikas gayo, ab ka karu. Something like that. Means, Saiya nikas gayo means the Lord has left this body. My Lord has left the body because this body has 9 doors. And my Lord has left the body and I feel very depressed. I feel very alone. What do I do? Because the Lord has left. Rang Mahal ke 9 darwaze, Saiya nikas gayo, something like that. Anyways, so this body is of 9 doors. And the tree of body has 9 hollows: the eyes, the ears, the nostrils, the mouth, the rectum, and the genitals. And then 10 leaves. What are the 10 leaves? The 10 airs, thus pranavayu. The 10 airs passing through the body. In this tree of the body, there are 2 birds. One is the individual soul and one is the super soul. Jivatma and Paramatma. Bhagavad Gita in nutshell, in just one shloka. Bhavanopnishad in nutshell, in one shloka. Shriyantra in nutshell, in one shloka. Given by Brahma ji, right before the birth of Shri. Shri means Devi. Shri Krishna. Got it? Devi and Krishna. All right. So let's go next. The efficient cause of this material world, manifested with its many varieties as original tree, is you, O Lord. You are also the maintainer of the world. And after annihilation, you are the one in whom everything is conserved. Those who are covered by your external energy cannot see you behind this manifestation, but theirs is not the vision of learned devotees. So now the vision of learned devotees is they see God in everything, everywhere. Okay? They do not see difference in anything. O Lord, you are always in full knowledge and bring all good fortune to all living entities. You appear in different incarnations. All of them are transcendental to the material creation. When you appear in this incarnation, you are pleasing to the pious and religious devotees, but for non-devotees, you are annihilation. How do Mahajanas get you? He gives here a shlok. Tvai ambujakshila sattvadhamini samadhinaveshita chetasekai tvatpadapotena mahatkritena kurvanti govatspadam bhavabhim. Oh, lotus-eyed Lord, by concentrating one's meditation on your lotus feet, which are the reservoir of all existence, and by accepting those lotus feet as the boat by which to cross the ocean of nescience, one follows in the footsteps of the Mahajanas, great saints, sages, and devotees, and by this simple process, one can cross over the ocean of nescience as easily as one steps over the hoof print of a calf. Then he goes on praying like this. So many things. It's such a beautiful, it's a very long prayer. I'll go to the end of the prayer now because I want to celebrate his birthday. He says, Nanama rupe gunajanma karma bhir nirupitavye tava tasya sakshina mano vachobhyam anumeya vartmano deva kriyayam pratiyantya. O Lord, your transcendental name and form are not ascertained by those who merely speculate on the path of imagination. Your name, form, and attributes can be ascertained only through bhakti, devotional service. How do you do that? How do you do bhakti? Brahmaji again reminds us in this prayer. Shrunvan grinan sansmaranscha chintayan nama nirupani cha mangalani te kriyasu yastva charanar vindyo avishta chetnana bhavaya kalpate. Same thing of bhakti yoga which Bhagwan has spoken in Gita. One shlok he is explaining. That shlok which I explained earlier was a Sankhya yoga. Here bhakti yoga. What does Brahmaji say? Even while engaged in various activities, devotees whose minds are completely absorbed at your lotus feet and who constantly hear, chant, contemplate, and cause others to remember your transcendental names and forms are always on the transcendental platform, and thus they can understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Oh Lord, we are fortunate because the heavy burden of the demons on the earth will now be removed by your appearance. You are not an ordinary, oh Lord, you are not an ordinary living entity. Your appearance or birth in this world has no other cause but your own pleasure potency, because you want to enjoy, so you are taking birth. He goes on, and thus he offers all the prayer to Bhagwan, and Bhagwan, now the auspicious time for Bhagwan has come. It is already 11:27 min, which is 12 o'clock, 12 a.m. in India. Exactly, we are at the same shloka. Bhagwan is going to come. Bhagwan is going to descend in 3 minutes, right? Here also the chapter is the birth of Lord Krishna. Let us just read the shlokas. Shri Shukovacha, Shukdevi is saying, Atha sarva guna peta kala param shobana yarhi eva janam janmaksham santaraksha grahatarakam disha prasedur gaganam nirmalodu ganodayam mahi mangala bhuyistha puragram vrajakara nadya prasanna salila Radha jalaruhashya dvijali kulasannada swaktava kavan rajaya. Shukaji is saying, now Bhagwan is going to take birth exactly in 2 minutes. How is the environment? How is the atmosphere? How is nature right now? Shukdev says, thereafter at the auspicious time of the appearance of the Lord, the entire universe was surcharged with all the qualities of goodness, beauty, and peace. The constellation Rohini, now it is the time for Rohini Nakshatra in India, okay, ours also 12 o'clock. Rohini Nakshatra, the constellation Rohini appeared as did stars like Ashwini. The sun, the moon, and other stars and planets were very peaceful. So it is moon in your area, sun in my area, all are peaceful. All directions appeared extremely pleasing, and the beautiful stars twinkled in the cloudless sky. Decorated with towns, villages, mines, and pasturing grounds, the earth seemed all auspicious. The rivers flowed with clear water, and the lakes and vast reservoirs full of lilies and lotuses were extraordinarily beautiful. In the trees and green plants, full of flowers and leaves, pleasing to the eyes, birds like cuckoos and swarm of bees began chanting with a sweet voice for the sake of devatas. So lilies, lotuses started blooming in the night, 12 o'clock, midnight, lotuses are blooming. Lotuses are known to bloom only when the sun comes. But Sri Krishna Chandra is coming. The moon is shining so bright tonight, as if there is sun. Because Krishna is going to come. So moon started shining so bright that the lotuses started blooming here. And the bees are singing because they want to sing the welcome song for Bhagwan. So the universe, everything has changed right now. The birds are singing, the bees are singing, and the Devas and the Brahmanas, the saints, they started chanting mantras. A pure breeze began to blow, pleasing the sense of touch and bearing the aroma of flowers, and and when the Brahmanas engaged in ritualistic ceremonies, ignited their fires according to Vedic principles, the fire burned steadily, undisturbed by the breeze. Thus, when the birthless Lord Vishnu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, was about to appear, the saints and Brahmanas, who were always disturbed by the demons, were now peaceful. They felt peace within the core of their hearts, and kettle drums started vibrating in the upper planetary system. The clouds started making noise because Bhagwan is going to come. The Kinnaras, Gandharvas began to sing auspicious songs. Siddhas, Charans offered prayers, and Vidyadharis and Apsaras began to dance. The Devatas and great saintly persons showered flowers in joyous moods, and clouds gathered in the sky and very mildly thundered and making sounds like those of ocean's waves. Then the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vishnu, who is situated in the core of everyone's heart, appeared from the heart of Devaki. His birth is not like us. He does not come like a human birth, childbirth. He appeared from the heart of Devaki. Aha. In the dense darkness of night, like the full moon rising on the eastern horizon, because Devaki is as the same category as Krishna. Tamadbhutam balakam bambuje kshanam chaturbhujam shankha gada yudham Srivatsalakshmam galashaubikostubam Pitambaram sandrapayoda saubhagam Mahaharvaidurya kirita kundala Tvisha parishvakta sahasra kuntalam Uddam kanchi angad kankana devir Virochamanam Vasudeva Ikshata. Vasudev in the jail. So it's a jail, right? Bhagwan Shree Krishna, the universe changed everything. Bhagwan Shree Krishna appeared from the heart of Devaki in the jail, in the four hands. Okay. And Vasudev is seeing this newborn child who had wonderful lotus-like eyes. Krishna's birth is described now. He had beautiful eyes. He had four hands and four weapons, Shankha, Chakra, Gada, and Padma. On his chest was the mark of Srivatsa. His neck was brilliant. And on his neck, he's wearing a Kaustuba gem. And he's dressed in yellow. His body blackish like a dense cloud. His scattered hair fully grown. And his helmet and earrings sparkling uncommonly with the valuable gem, Vaidurya. The child, decorated with brilliant belts, armlets, bangles, and other ornaments, appeared very wonderful. So he has appeared in his Bhagwan form, okay? Understand this. When Vasudev saw this extraordinary son, his eyes were struck with wonder, and in transcendental jubilation, he could not come out of the jail, but he wanted to give charity out of happiness. So he mentally collected 10,000 cows and distributed them among Brahmanas, mental and as a transcendental festival. Oh, Maharaj Parikshit, descendant of King Bharata, Vasudev could understand that this child is Bhagwan Narayan. Having concluded this without a doubt, he became fearless. And then, bowing down with folded hands and concentrating his attention, he began to offer prayers to Bhagwan. So Vasudev's prayer is there. And then after his prayer was done, his mother Devaki, she also prayed. We will just hear Devaki and Bhagwan's conversation. Devaki said, Shukdev Goswami said, thereafter, having seen that her child had all the symptoms of Supreme Personality of Godhead, Devaki, who was very much afraid of Kamsa and unusually astonished, began to offer prayers to the Lord. She said, my dear Lord, there are different Vedas, some of which describe you as unperceivable through the words and mind, yet you are the origin of the entire cosmic manifestation. You are Brahman, the greatest of everything, full of effulgence like the sun. You have no material cause. And she goes on describing, you are the cause of all causes. You are Vishnu. So she went on saying all this prayer. There's a long prayer. I'll just come to the end of the prayer. She says, Devki is afraid now. My Lord, because you dispel the fear of your devotees, I request you to save us and give us protection from the terrible fear of Kamsa. Your form as Vishnu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is appreciated by yoga, by yogis in meditation. Please make this form invisible to those who see with material eyes. So she's seeing Bhagwan as Bhagwan 400. She knows she's Bhagwan, but suddenly Yogmaya now played her game. Seeing Bhagwan, all your fears will go away. Vasudeva has become fearless, but she is mother. She is feeling that parental affection. She wants to protect her child. So that Vatsalya Bhava, that motherly affection overcame now. She's like, Bhagwan, I'm afraid of Kamsa. I don't want anybody with material eyes to see you like this. If they see you, something will happen. I'm really fearful of Kamsa. Already, because she has gone through this so many times. Her newborn baby is being killed. Just imagine her consciousness. She's so afraid. She wants to protect her newborn baby. Even though she sees that this baby has she has given all the prayers. But she says, Bhagwan, I want to hide you. I want to hide you from materialistic eyes. So please come back to a normal form. Don't show this form. I don't want anything to happen to you. This is her prayer. Oh Madhusudan, because of appearance, because of your appearance, I am becoming more and more anxious in the fear of Kamsa. Therefore, please arrange for that sinful Kamsa to be unable to understand that you have taken birth from my womb. He knows about you. I don't want him to know that you are Bhagwan because he's afraid of Bhagwan. So please come back to normal. Let him think you're a normal child. Please withdraw this form and just become like a natural human child so that I may try to hide you somewhere. She wants to hide the baby. You know how mothers have a natural instinct. They'll take their chunni and offer the baby in that, hide the baby in that, offer the chunni and hide the baby. She's like, please, I want to hide you somewhere. So just become a small baby. Don't show this form. Oh, what a beautiful Leela. She says, at the time of devastation, the entire cosmos containing all created moving and non-moving entities enters your transcendental body and is held there without difficulty. But now this transcendental form has taken birth from my womb. People will not be able to believe this, and I shall become an object of ridicule. Bhagavan looks at her. Bhagavan gives her consolation, supports her, tells her, Bhagavan says, the whole story reminds her, do not worry, my dear mother, you are very chaste. In your previous birth, in the Swayambhavu millennium, you were Prishni, and Vasudev was Prajapati, known as Sutapa. So Bhagavan is reminding both of them, you were Sutapa and Prishni, and that time I had taken birth from you. I was known as Prishni Garbha. And when both of you were ordered by Lord Brahma to create progeny, you went severe austerities by controlling your senses. And my dear father and mother, you endured rain, wind, strong sun, scorching heat, and severe cold. And by practicing yoga, you cleansed your mind in this way, desiring a benediction from me. You worship me from your peaceful minds. You spend 12,000 celestial years performing tapasya in my consciousness, O sinless mother. Devaki, after that tapasya, I appeared to you and I was very much satisfied by you. And since I am the best of all bestowers of benediction, I appeared to you in the same form as Krishna to ask you to take from me the benediction you desired. And both of you desired that I should become your son. And because of that, after this, I give you the benediction, I disappeared, and now you have fulfilled your desire. Since I found no one as highly elevated as you in the simplicity and other qualities of good character, I appeared in this world as Krishna Garbha, who has taken the birth from Krishna. And in next millennium, I again appeared to the two of you. In that birth, you were Aditi and my father Kashyap. So I was born to Kashyap and Aditi as Upendra. My other name was Vaman. So one name, Krishna Garbha, I appeared to you. Next birth, I appeared as Vaman to you. And now, O Supreme Chaste Mother, me in the same Krishna has now come to you as in this form. I have shown you this form of Vishnu just to remind you of my previous birth. Otherwise, if I appeared like a human child, you would not believe that God Vishnu has appeared. Both of you are husband and wife. Constantly think of me as your son, but always know that I am Supreme Personality of Godhead. By thus thinking of me constantly with love and affection, you will achieve the highest perfection, returning home back to Godhead. So this way, Bhagwan then incarnated, and we know what happened after that. We know the story. So Nanda Baba took him, he was taken to Nanda Baba's home by Vasudev. Yogmaya came here, and then Kansa could not understand. Kansa killed Yogmaya, all the stories we know. And after that, when he went there to Nanda Baba's home, Krishna went to Nanda Baba's home, and there was a big festival celebrated in Gokul. And we heard about the festival celebrated yesterday only. So Nanda Baba donated so many 2 million cows, and then he gave so much gifts to everybody. All the ladies of all the gopis and the gopas came dressed very well. The whole the Gokul was decorated, cleaned up, and everybody was singing. There were festivals, and then everybody wished the father and the mother, and Rohini was there taking care of everyone, and the festival was celebrated of Krishna's birth. Nandaghar Anand Vayo, Jai Kanhaiya Lal Ki, Hathi Ghoda Pal Ki, Jai Kanhaiya Lal Ki. So this way we celebrated Janmashtami also today, and now it's already Janmashtami, 15 minutes since Bhagwan's birth in India. But you know, Bhagwan has no birth. Remember this. Bhagwan is the sun and the moon. Okay. The moon is being seen at your place in India. So you think Bhagwan is born there. But tonight, moon will be rising here. We will be also celebrating. So Bhagwan is celebrated everywhere. All right. So with this, we end the class today. And tomorrow we will begin with our Shreemad Bhagavad Gita. All right. Let me see your comments. Happy Janmashtami to all of you. We do not let you relax. Sorry. Oh, no, I don't want to relax also. Talking about Bhagwan gives me joy. When I don't talk about Bhagwan, that time I'll relax. Jai Jai Shri Gurudev and Jai Ma, wishing you happy birthday, happy Janmashtami and Ma's birthday. Ma, doubt comes if Devi Ma and Bhagwan Shree Krishna were born at the same time on Janmashtami day. Oh, I didn't read your comment. Now we took the same chapter. Oh, okay. Friends forever. Aman has shared a beautiful picture. Yes, friends forever. Samatva Vadam is prescribed amongst all in our Indian traditions, despite a diversity which is beautiful and unified approach of Sanatana Dharma. Even our Trinity itself is unified. Respect to Devis is an important factor of our culture and to be treated as mother. Yes. Pranam Guru Ma. Superficially, we have all been taught that there is no difference between any form of gods and all are representations of one Paramatma. But accepting this fact is not possible till the time your Guru hammers this into your brain. You have done that wonderfully, Ma. Forever thankful to you for emphasizing on this fact time again. You're welcome, Sonakshi. Sarvapriya, we'll have to leave earlier today. No problem, Sarvapriya. Vishwas beautifully explained the meaning of Shri and Krishna in text 17 in second canto, in second chapter of 10th canto. All right, nice picture. Highly overwhelming scene of divine appearance of Bhagwan Shree Krishna. Just couldn't stop my tears rolling down the eyes and spandan at heart. Shri Krishna Govindaya Hare Murare. He Nath Narayana Vasudeva. Pradyumna Damodar Vishwanath Mukunda Vishnu Bhagwan Namaste. Jai Ho. All right. Happy Janmashtami to all of you. And we will meet tomorrow for Bhagavad Gita. Jai Shri Krishna.
Thank you, Ma.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Ma. Krishna.